All right, so get this. Naples, Florida has a median age of 67.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot of seasoned folks, right?
That's a lot of wisdom in one place.
So what's their secret? Well, we're doing a deep dive today into a blog post by Dr. Katsevman.
Okay.
He's a neurosurgeon and spine surgeon,
Right.
and he practices in, you guessed it, Naples, Florida.
Makes sense.
He sees a ton older patients,
Yeah.
and he has some really interesting observations about what makes for a healthy spine as you age.
I'm intrigued.
And guess what? He says it's also the key to overall longevity.
All right. I am ready to hear what Dr. Katsevman has to say.
So are you ready for this? His #1 tip is activity.
Okay.
He actually emphasizes it even more than diet.
You know, that makes so much sense when you think about it. Our bodies are meant to move.
Yeah.
And we're only just starting to fully grasp how crucial that is for everything from circulation to bone density.
Right.
It's all connected.
Exactly. And Dr. Katzman doesn't just tell people to be active. He gets specific.
Okay.
He's a big advocate for good posture, core strengthening,
Yeah.
aerobic exercise, and stretching.
Oh, it's that holistic approach that's so important.
Yeah.
Good posture, for example, is all about spinal alignment. When your spine is properly aligned, it minimizes strain and helps prevent those aches and pains that can really creep up as we age.
And then there's core strength. We hear that phrase all the time.
Yeah.
But what does it really mean for our spines?
Think of your core muscles like a natural brace for your spine.
Okay.
When those muscles are strong, they provide support and stability, which can be incredibly protective, especially as those intervertebral discs, the little cushions between our vertebrae, start to naturally lose some of their cushioning with age.
So it's like proactively protecting your spine for the future.
Absolutely.
And he mentioned aerobic exercise. I bet that's all about circulation.
You got it.
Yeah.
Aerobic exercise gets your heart pumping, which in turn boosts circulation. Good circulation means that those intervertebral discs are getting the nutrients they need to stay healthy and hydrated.
Yeah, it all ties together.
It really does.
Now I have to ask about something that really stood out to me in the blog post.
Okay.
Dr. Katzman mentions patients with severe spinal degeneration who experience minimal symptoms.
Wow.
And on the other hand, he's seen folks with mild degeneration who are in a lot of pain.
Oh, wow.
The difference, you guessed it, their activity levels.
Oh, interesting.
The active ones were thriving despite the degeneration.
It's such a powerful example, isn't it? It really underscores the fact that you're not necessarily at the mercy of your genetics or even pre-existing conditions.
Right.
You have a lot of agency in how you age, and activity plays a huge role.
Okay, so we've established that activity reigns supreme in Dr. Katzman's book.
Yeah.
But what about diet? Where does that fit in?
It's not that diet isn't important. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
It's more that Dr. Katzman emphasizes its supporting role to activity.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's much easier to stay active when you feel good and your body isn't weighed down.
Precisely. And he even cites a study showing that weight loss alone can significantly improve chronic back pain.
Right.
Being at a healthy weight reduces stress on your joints, your spine included.
Right. I think a lot of people assume that this is about some sort of crash diet or deprivation.
Right.
But it's really about finding a sustainable way of eating that truly nourishes your body and helps you thrive.
And let's not forget that a balanced diet also provides the building blocks your body needs for repair and maintenance, especially as we age, giving your body the nutrients it needs to repair those tiny everyday stresses on the spine is so important.
Okay, we've talked about activity and diet. What's the next big tip from Dr. Katzman for a healthy spine and a longer life?
This one might seem a bit obvious,
Okay.
but it's often overlooked: regular health checkups.
Okay. I'll admit at first glance, this one doesn't sound as exciting as, say, trying a new Pilates class.
Yeah,
But I have a feeling there's more to it than meets the eye, right?
absolutely. Dr. Katzman is a huge proponent of prevention.
Okay.
Regular checkups help identify potential problems early on before they become major issues. And we're not just talking spine-specific things here.
So it's about more than just checking in on your back. What else could be going on that might affect our spines without us even realizing it?
You know, sometimes things like vitamin deficiencies, hormonal imbalances, or even a condition like osteoporosis can manifest as back pain. And these are all things that can be detected and addressed early through regular checkups.
Right.
Catching these issues early can make a world of difference in the long run. It's all about being proactive with your health.
Okay. I'm starting to see why he emphasizes this. It's like that old saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to be dealing with major health issues as they get older, especially when
Mhm.
some of them might be preventable.
Absolutely. Regular checkups are an investment in your future health and well-being and can truly help you live a longer, more active life.
All right, before we move on, I have to ask about this bonus tip Dr. Katzman mentions in his blog.
Okay.
He says a positive outlook is key.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm all for a sunny disposition, but how does that actually tie into spine health?
It's all about the mind-body connection. We're learning more and more these days about how intertwined our mental and physical health really are.
Okay.
Chronic stress, for example, can wreak havoc on our bodies, including our spines.
Wait, really, you're telling me stress can impact my spine?
Absolutely. When you're under constant stress, your body releases hormones like cortisol, which can lead to muscle tension, inflammation, and even changes in your posture.
Hmm.
All of these things can contribute to back pain and other musculoskeletal issues.
Wow, I never thought about it that way. I do notice that when I'm stressed, I tend to hunch my shoulders and clench my jaw. I can definitely see how that would put a strain on my spine.
It's a common experience, and it's not just the physical effects of stress. When you're feeling down or anxious, you're also less likely to engage in those healthy habits we were talking about earlier, like exercise and eating a balanced diet. It can become a vicious cycle.
So it's not just about living longer.
Right.
It's about living better.
Yeah. No.
Love that.
Me too. And I think it's a great segue into the next part of our discussion. What does living better actually mean? What are the things that contribute to a truly fulfilling life, especially as we age?
Well, listeners, you'll have to stay tuned to find out. We're going to delve into that and more in just a moment.
Before we get into living better, I think it's worth digging a little deeper into this connection between a positive outlook and a healthier spine.
Okay,
It's fascinating, isn't it?
totally. It's definitely one of those things that makes you stop and think. I mean, I get that stress can make you tense up,
Yeah.
but I never realized it could have such a profound impact on my spine.
It really, can you see when we talk about a positive outlook,
Okay,
we're not talking about some sort of forced fake happiness.
right.
It's more about cultivating a mindset that's resilient, that can navigate the ups and downs of life without letting stress take over.
So it's about finding ways to manage stress effectively,
Yeah.
not just grinning and bearing it.
Exactly. It's about equipping yourself with tools and techniques to handle those inevitable stressful situations.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's mindfulness meditation, deep breathing exercises, or even just spending time in nature.
Okay.
Finding what helps you de-stress and incorporating it into your routine can make a huge difference.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's
Yeah.
not just about masking negative emotions.
Right.
It's about actively cultivating a more positive and resilient mindset.
Absolutely.
But how do we actually do that?
Yeah.
Seems like a tall order, especially in today's world.
It's definitely a journey, not a destination, and it looks different for everyone.
Okay.
But one thing that often helps is focusing on those things that bring you joy, those activities that make you feel truly alive.
Okay. That sounds more doable. So we're talking about finding those pockets of happiness in our everyday lives,
Yeah.
even amidst the chaos.
Exactly. Whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing a creative hobby, getting lost in a good book, or simply taking a few minutes each day to savor a cup of tea and appreciate the quiet. Those moments of joy, no matter how small, can have a ripple effect on our well-being.
I love that it's about finding those little things that nourish our souls and bring us a sense of peace.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like Dr. Katzman would argue that those things are just as important for our spine health as a daily walk.
Absolutely. He's advocating for a holistic approach to spine health and longevity,
Yeah.
one that recognizes the interconnectedness of our physical, mental, and emotional well-being.
It's a powerful message, especially in a culture that often compartmentalizes different aspects of health and seeks quick fixes. But what I really appreciate is that Dr. Katzman doesn't just tell us what to do. He explains the why behind it.
Right.
He helps us understand the science behind it all.
I completely agree, and that understanding can be so empowering.
Right.
When we know why something is beneficial, we're more likely to stick with it.
Right.
We become active participants in our own well-being rather than just following orders.
Speaking of being active participants,
Yeah.
Dr. Katzman's idea of living better, not just longer, really resonated with me. It's not just about adding years to our lives,
Right.
but adding life to our years.
It's a beautiful way to frame it, isn't it? It shifts the focus from simply extending our lifespan to truly enriching the life we're living.
And that brings us to a really important question for you, our listeners.
Okay.
What does living better mean to you?
Yes.
What would a truly fulfilling future look like?
Mm.
What makes you feel alive and joyful?
What are those activities, those experiences, those relationships that nourish your soul and bring you a sense of purpose? We'd love for you to reflect on these questions and share your thoughts with us.
You can find us on social media or leave a comment on our website. We're
Yes.
always eager to hear from our listeners and continue this conversation.
And of course, if you're in the Naples area and looking for more personalized guidance on spine health or simply want to delve deeper into Dr. Katzman's insights, we encourage you to reach out to him directly. You can find his contact information on his website.
Now let's bring it all together. We've talked about Dr. Katzman's top tips for spine health and longevity, activity diet, regular checkups, and a positive outlook. But what I find so compelling is how he weaves them all together into a tapestry of well-being.
Yeah.
It's not about rigidly adhering to rules, but about creating a lifestyle that supports your overall health and happiness.
Exactly. It's about finding a balance that works for you, a way of living that honors your individual needs and aspirations. It's about making choices that nourish your body, mind, and spirit.
And as we wrap up this deep dive, we want to leave you with one final thought. It's never too late to start living better.
Yes.
No matter your age or your current health status, you have the power to make choices that support a more vibrant, fulfilling future.
So what's one small step you can take today to move towards that vision? What's one thing that brings you joy, one thing that makes you feel truly alive? Take a moment to reflect on that, and then, even more importantly, take action.
Because even the smallest step, taken with intention, can set you on a path toward a healthier, happier, and more meaningful life. As we wrap up our deep dive into Dr. Katsevman's insights,
Yeah.
I'm struck by how simple yet profound his message is. It's not about complicated treatments or expensive gadgets.
Right.
It's about those foundational elements of a healthy life that we sometimes overlook.
I completely agree. It's about returning to the basics, moving our bodies, nourishing ourselves with wholesome foods, being proactive about our health, and cultivating a positive outlook. These things seem so simple, yet they can have such a profound impact on our well-being, especially as we age.
And it's not about achieving some unattainable ideal of perfect health. It's about progress, not perfection.
Right.
It's about making choices each day that move us closer to that vision of living better. What resonates most with you from Dr. Katzman's advice?
For me, it's the emphasis on the mind-body connection. We tend to think of our physical and mental health as separate entities, but Dr. Katzman highlights how intertwined they truly are. The way we think, the way we manage stress, the way we cultivate joy, it all has a ripple effect on our physical well-being, including the health of our spines.
It's a powerful reminder that true well-being is a holistic endeavor.
Absolutely.
It's about nurturing all aspects of ourselves: body, mind, and spirit.
And it's about recognizing that well-being is a journey, not a destination. It's about making conscious choices each day that align with our values and support our overall health and happiness.
We hope this deep dive has inspired you to take a proactive approach to your own well-being, no matter your age or current health status. Remember, it's never too late to start making choices that support a more vibrant, joyful, and fulfilling life.
And if you're feeling inspired to learn more, we encourage you to check out Dr. Katzevman's blog or reach out to him directly. He's a wealth of knowledge and a true advocate for healthy aging.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep living your best life.